This is Francine Hernandez with Your Daily Practice, and I'm here with my good friend Faith Hsu, who is a nurse practitioner, a new mom, and also a contributor to the Your Daily Practice Healthy Living blog. And today we're talking about some postnatal fitness. And Faith, clearly your routine has changed since you've had your baby girl Jillian, and I was hoping you could offer some tips for new moms on how they can get their exercise routine in.
Sure. Well, definitely when you bring home a little baby, your whole life changes. And the first couple of days, fitness is probably the last thing that you're thinking about. And that's as it should be. Really, you should spend those first couple of days just spending time with your baby and getting to know my little girl is wonderful. And I'm glad I just had those first few days to bond with her. But once you start to feel a little bit more like yourself and you've rested for a couple of days, I think the easiest way to get started is to just go outside and just take some walks with your baby. It's great for your child. They love to be outside, and the fresh air is so good for you in addition to the exercise. And if you have a pet, it's especially good for them as well. So those first couple of days, rest. Next, try to start taking some walks. Make it part of your daily routine. So it's often a great activity to do when your baby's particularly fussy. So Jillian, my little girl, the afternoons were not her favorite time of day. So we found that was a really great time to just take the dog and the baby and go on a stroll. Usually she calmed right down, and we both had a chance to just get some exercise and stop the crying for a few minutes.
And there's lots of distractions, I feel like, outside. You've got a beautiful scenery and maybe some other people taking walks with their babies and interaction with the dogs or whatever in your neighborhood. So
yeah, it's
that
really,
sounds like it was a really good match.
Good to get out of the house for.
And you have a big dog.
I do. I have a St. Bernard who just is about to turn 2, so he's 1 year older than my little girl, so he likes the walks too.
Very good. So then after that, those initial days of resting and then getting into the routine with walking, then what was sort of your next step, building that exercise routine back up?
For me, I was really excited to start getting back into some exercise. I missed that. I had spent time at the gym before I had the baby, but once I had my little girl, getting to the gym was just not realistic. My husband works a lot of hours, so there wasn't really time for me to make it to the gym. So for me, it was all about finding ways to exercise here at home. And if you have the luxury of having some exercise equipment at home, that's wonderful. So if you have an elliptical or a treadmill or a stair, whatever, certainly use whatever you have at home. If you don't have those options, don't think that means you can't exercise here at home. There's no excuse. You can still get in a great workout here at home. So one thing that's really nice, if you have the luxury, is hiring you to come in and give you a fitness routine. I think that that's just a wonderful option so that you kind of can gauge where there's weaknesses, where that some strength would really help to recover the mom and get strong, and it's tailored specifically to you. So that's a really wonderful option that you can do. If that's not an option, then doing some online videos or looking at your blog and getting ideas from different exercises that you post, you can still create a really wonderful workout through these pre-made exercise forms. So I say start there. If you don't have exercise equipment in your home, try one of the videos, have you come into your home and design a workout for you. But do something. Take a step and find a place to fit that into your schedule. For me, once my little girl got old enough that I could kind of predict when she was going to take a nap, I reserved her morning nap for my time to work out.
Oh yeah, you told me that story of one time she took an extra long nap, right? And you happened to be exercising and you thought, oh my gosh, when is she going to work? When is she going to wake up?
That's right. So I would work out as long as she would sleep for that first nap. And usually it was like 40 minutes. And one day she slept for an hour and a half. I had never been so glad for her to wake up ever. I was exhausted by the end of that workout. So yeah, I think that's a really nice way to, it's just first thing in the morning, you're starting your day, you're getting in your exercise, and some days I would get 10 minutes because that's as long as she would sleep, or she would never fall asleep for her nap. And some days I would get a really full, nice, wonderful workout in. But I set aside the time. You designated
a spot, yeah.
That's right.
And what about, I think about the baby equipment and the carriages and the baby herself. She's starting to get up there in her pounds, right? So, that also is a way to incorporate some exercise.
Absolutely. So, especially on the days where I don't get to work out. We all have life, and some days you're not going to get in your workout. I like to think of the fact that I lift her 100 times a day, and she's 20 pounds now, and that's a really wonderful exercise. I can incorporate both my lower body and my upper body. So thinking about doing a nice, good squat, using good form, and also think about using your arms, contracting your core. So making those movements that you have to do anyway, making them count. You know, maybe really bending your knees a little bit further, sinking a little bit lower, so that you're really working as much as you possibly can when you're doing your squat. I think it's a wonderful opportunity that's not going to take any more time out of your day. You already have to pick up your children.
Right.
So it's just a wonderful step that you can kind of get one more extra little thing.
Yes, I've heard the expression a work in instead of a workout. I think that's a good example
I love
of it.
I love that.
So with everything you've said, if there was one take-home message that you could give to our viewers, what would it be for all the exercise routine, getting back into a routine?
I would say just do something. You're not going to get to it every day, and you're not going to do the hour and a half you maybe once did when you were single and didn't have a full schedule. But, you know, whatever little thing you can do today, do it. And if you don't get to anything today, that's okay. Give yourself a break. There's always tomorrow. So just make sure that you're taking the opportunity you can and getting 10, 5, 20 minutes, whatever it is, getting a few minutes of exercise, a few minutes for yourself as a mom.
Very good. I think that is sound and important advice. Thank you so much, Faith, for joining us.
My
And
pleasure.
we'll see you next time on your daily practice. Bye.